See if we go live. Here we are. We think we're live. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the big show. Live from the Queen Mary 2 on board the Queen Mary 2. If any of you are out there and you happen to be watching me right now, on board, do me a favor and let me know you can hear me okay and see me okay. Hope we have a good connection. We are in the Atlantic Ocean. Coming up in about 3 or 4 hours from now, we will be halfway to Southampton from New York already. Welcome to the program. Today's date is Monday, August the 26th, 2024. Welcome all to the program. I apologize if any of you out there are confused about, was he going on the air today? Was he not going on the air today? The logistics of doing the show. We're in a different time zone here, and my computer doesn't know what time zone, and this software program I'm using doesn't know the time zone. So I tell the machine I want to go live at 7 o'clock Eastern, and it tells me, how about 9? So I just hand wrote that I will start the show at 7 o'clock Eastern. So for those of you who are regulars, you're probably getting an alert right now that I'm live or that I just started my live show, and you popped in. You're slowly finding me. I want you to say hi to me. I welcome you here. Let me know you're watching. Let me know where you're watching me from. How is the signal coming in? We are live on board the Queen Mary 2. And Jennifer and I are here live on board the Queen Mary 2 right now in our cabin, going across the Atlantic Ocean. And I would love to find out how that signal is working for you. Ken Koreka has already written to say hello there. From Saginaw, Michigan, the temperature is a humid 87 degrees. Gasoline is $3.32 a gallon. Enjoy your cruise. Janet and Ken, number 2 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. SK Tohote, hi from Vancouver. The signal is fine. You're getting me in Vancouver, British Columbia. That's 5,000 miles further than where we started, or at least 3,500 miles further than New York. So, yeah, this is a long way, all the way to Vancouver. Thank you, satellites. Ken Koreka, signal is fine. It's all good. Good. I'm pleased. We are using the onboard internet. It's a high-speed internet, they say. I did my live show on my other channel this morning without a hitch. No glitches, apparently. It all worked out. So thank you all for coming on by. If you can hit the thumbs up button for us, that would be terrific. Hopefully you're all getting a good signal and hearing me okay without any delays. I appreciate you all popping in to see us for the big show here Monday night, live from the Queen Mary 2 in the Atlantic. Thank you all. 8 thumbs ups have come in. There are 12 of you now who have found us. And slowly but surely, more and more of you are popping in to say hi. We've got Shoni, number 8. Hi from Southern California. Good single. That's great to hear. Thank you for letting me know. Clifford Sayers. Hi, Bruce. The signal's good. I'm anchored in Round Lake, Illinois right now. Fantastic, Clifford. Thank you for saying hi to me. Sylvia's in the house. Hi there, Bruce. I'm number 8 on the thumbs up meter. You and Jennifer enjoying the ship. We really are. I have some video for you guys of the ship. I've put a couple of videos so far on this channel in the last 3 or 4 days. We had a bit of an adventure here, a little bit of drama on, I guess it was Saturday, where the ship was moving along, and we were heading east, and the ship began to slow down, and we did a U-turn, and we started heading back to the United States. We were going back towards Long Island, and the captain came on the radio to address everyone and let us know that there was a medical emergency on board, and the doctor on board in the medical department told the captain, we have a passenger here in pretty rough shape. We don't know, as passengers, none of us know who this was, what the condition was, anything. We just know that the captain came on and said, we're going towards the U.S. A helicopter is coming out to meet us from the Coast Guard and they're going to pick up the passenger and take them to Boston. And sure enough, about 15 minutes later, here comes a helicopter from the U.S. Coast Guard, and I think I even have a little bit of a video for you on that. I did shoot this. I did post this video um, on my channel. There it is. There was the helicopter hovering, waiting for the signal to come on over, and that helicopter came right over the top of the ship. There, we were told to stay in our rooms, not go out on our balconies, and not go outside on the promenade deck. And that helicopter came above us and picked up the passenger and headed off to Boston at great speed. And we don't know what the condition of the individual is, or whatever became of that individual. But that was Saturday afternoon. I tell you, you never know how these things work out. So anyway, if you saw my video about the emergency, you'll know all about that. I have some other shots on that as well. Thank you for being here, everybody. 17 of you have now found us. I hope the signal that you're getting is good. We are live on the Queen Mary 2 right now in the Atlantic. We are about 3 hours away from reaching the halfway mark of about 1,500 plus miles away from New York and towards Southampton. The cruise is going well. The ocean here has been so calm. Let me show you the first morning I got up. I couldn't believe it. Let me show you this here video. Look at the water here. This has been every morning. This is what we've been looking at in the Atlantic. I mean, it's so calm. Today we were apparently sailing the great, what is it? The Great Banks. There's a whale, by the way, that breached the other day. And that there, what you're looking at there actually is a buoy, not a whale. But we did see some whales breaching. Not much, but a little bit. But we were on the Great Banks today, and I saw hundreds and hundreds of seagulls just sitting in the water, just like ducks. They're just floating along, bobbing up and down like ping pong balls. And obviously, they were following there was a trawler with its nets, and they were waiting for the trawler to haul in its nets. But they were easily feeding, in the waters here. They had to have been, when we saw them today, they had to have been 700 miles offshore. I don't know much about seagulls, but I got to respect these birds. They're living out here. Here it is, late August, and they have to know that as the sun's angle begins to decline every day, there's a signal that goes off in their head that's going to make them head west and get back to land. I have no idea whether they're going south to Florida or what. I do not know. Anyway, the seas have been so nice and calm. Earlier this evening, a little image here, right at sunset. Jennifer and I were having a dinner here at the buffet, and we had a seat right by the window, and the sun was coming down. There's that orange ball. That's the sun coming down. There was a container ship going the other direction. That ship is as big as this one, and I just caught it sort of at the end of our sight line. That lady walked through my shot. She never even asked permission. She just walked across. But what can I say? Anyway, beautiful shot as the sun was setting. Look at how calm the water is. Absolutely calm. And beautiful. Just a beautiful, beautiful time. Let's see, who else is here? Here we go. I saw when you did a cabin tour, I like the look of the balcony. Thank you, ma'am. Tom Kaufman is here saying hello there. Larry Blake, number 12, back from my modified cruise on the Norwegian Sky, 8 to 12 to 21. Welcome back. 8, 12, 20, 21, whatever. Jan Pippin, so happy for you. We only use Cunard now. Let me show you some other video here. It's absolutely fantastic. I was walking around yesterday, and I came across this this aisleway here, this hallway, where are these? They have these tables set up with different games on them. Some of them are like Pictionary, some are checkers and chess. Right at level 2 on deck number 2, so you're right at the water line, just above the water line. And there were some folks there. I didn't want to put them on the camera, so I just kind of, moved the camera over a little to the side, and I kind of walked past them, so I didn't inadvertently put them on the air. But there are jigsaw puzzles here, and Pictionary, and Scrabble games, and all kinds of neat stuff. Hardly anyone is down here. It's there's got to be like 6 or 8 of these tables, and here's somebody who had been working on this, I don't know, 1,000-piece puzzle or something like that. And look at that view in the background. Oh my gosh! And look at the water, how calm it is. Just smooth as can be. That was really nice. So I caught that, really nice. A few other things that I filmed today. Actually yesterday, I caught this picture, and I'll show you. I'm going to get that comment out of the way so I can really show you this video. Check this out. This is right at the end of a grand hallway on board the ship here. Let's see if I can make this work. Am I doing this right? Here we go. Hang on 1 second. Let me get rid of myself, and let me start from the beginning. Here we go. Let's do this again. You see that ship right there? Okay, watch this as we slowly pan, and forgive me because I'm doing this with high zoom, handheld iPhone, as I'm trying to keep it in focus. I'm slowly going to back out. Check out what happens to this picture and the pictures all around it. The more I back up, you're going to begin to notice something. You see the face there? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Welcome aboard. And welcome aboard Queen Mary 2. And the more you pull back, you realize there's got to be a couple of thousand of these little tiny pictures that are being used as pixels. That is the neatest thing. I think that's absolutely fantastic. And that is 10 feet tall, that entire board there. That whole display, that's at least 10 feet tall. It's at the end of one of our main aisleways. And now here I'm zooming back in again, kind of where I started from. So I'm slowly bringing it in. I was fascinated by this thing. This is so cool. Look at that. There you go. And the original ship is now in the upper left quadrant. That's where that shot right there. Unbelievable. I was that was cool. Really cool. Earlier today, I was in a part of the ship where there's an aisleway, a hallway for wheelchair passengers to make their way towards the onboard library. And I found all of these paintings, some of which are prints and so on. And I zoomed in on them. I thought they were so cool. And so I took a peek at some of these paintings, and I just I thought I would sort of zoom in and then zoom back out. You see them fully framed. Look at the hallway. Look at the wood on the hallway here, and that beautiful carpeting. Look at these beautiful frames. This is a hallway that you use to push someone up or down a wheelchair ramp. That's all this is, and it's this fancy. Really nice. This ship is a real first-class thing. There's the Queen Elizabeth II, the one they just retired a few years ago. This is now a hotel in Dubai. The Queen Elizabeth II. And then here is the Queen Mary II in the front. And that's the one we're on now. Pretty amazing stuff. There's some really neat paintings. There have to be, I don't know, 500 pieces of art on this ship. I'm sure there's an official number somewhere, but everywhere I go, whatever level of the ship I'm on, I come across more of these, and they're just amazing. This is a tandem voyage of the Queen Elizabeth II and the Queen Mary II, April 04. There you go, coming out of New York. Again, somebody. There's the Statue of Liberty over there with the ship, Queen Elizabeth II. And then over there is New York itself. And there's Queen Mary II over here. Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful work. Somebody has a talent to be able to paint this sort of stuff. I sure don't. I don't have this talent. Absolutely marvelous. The service here is excellent. The food has been great. We went into the main dining room on the first night of our cruise, and ever since we've just been going to the buffet because
Tons of
staff everywhere. Love the variety of food that's available. I love nothing more than to be in a buffet where I can pick what I want and avoid what I don't, and have 100 selections in front of me. I love it. So every breakfast and lunch and evening, we find a table right by the promenade deck, looking out over the water. It's fantastic. It's really nice. Thank you, everybody. Ms. M, hello, Bruce and Jen from rainy, not complaining Fraser Valley. You need the water. I'm glad you're getting it. 14 thumbs up. Oh, wow, says Sylvia. Susan R, hello, all. Number 17 from Virginia. I'm here. Gas tonight, $3.51 a gallon. Welcome. Kirk Brunson's YouTube, Facebook channel. Kirk, buddy, how you doing, man? Bruce Teabley found me. Kirk from New York here. And I'm in Tampa, Florida. Right on, buddy. Right on. You're out of town. We're out of town. Beautiful stuff, man. Thanks for joining me. We're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, heading to Southampton. We're on day 4 of our 7-day cruise. We arrive in Southampton Friday morning. We wake up. We're in Southampton. Jen and I will not get off the ship. We might go into town, but that afternoon we're leaving Southampton again in this same cabin. 12 days around the United Kingdom. So we will be bringing more videos from this ship about our adventures and where we're going, what we're going to see. So stick around, and we'll keep the videos coming. I hope you haven't minded the videos we've put up so far. We did a couple from New York, and now these few here from the ship. There'll be more coming. The entire this cruise line, Cunard, I would say if you're on this ship or you're on a Holland America ship, you're going to feel very comfortable. You're going to feel very at home on both. Azamara, I'm sure, will also feel very nice. It is certainly without a doubt. This is a cruise for adults. This is not a Royal Caribbean wave riding, running, wall climbing, 10-foot slides, carousels, ice skating rinks, bumper car, none of that stuff. No bumper cars. This is old school cruising, with 3 swimming pools and jacuzzi tubs, and of course a health club, of course, entertainment venues, the veranda, the promenade deck around the entire ship on deck 7, very popular. The wooden, old school, top quality loungers that are on the decks. None of these aluminum made, plasticky, El Cheapo loungers. We're talking old school, real wood with padding on them and blankets available if it's cool out type loungers all around the promenade deck, on the back decks. There's a kennel for dogs. They have a kennel. And owners get to visit their dogs every day and walk them around the upper deck a little bit on the top of the ship. Very popular. The audience, the people on board the ship are of my generation, no question about it. They are in their 50s to 80s, definitely. There are some here well into their 80s. There are people who are on the ship who've been on this ship many times or have been on the Queen Elizabeth II a number of times. These are lifers, and they love crossing the Atlantic, whether it's just going over for a week or two and coming back, or whether it's for a month or two, depending on where you're from. There are people from the UK who've come over here, or from Europe, come over to North America, spent a month or two in North America visiting family and friends, and are taking this ship back and are not flying across the Atlantic. I can understand why. This is a first-class way to go. And talk about relaxing. Yeah, this is pretty darn nice. Now, we have not had nasty weather. We've not had 25-foot, 40-foot waves. We haven't had 100-mile-an-hour winds. It's been calm, a very calm crossing. So we know, we are well aware it could be a lot worse. But historically, summer crossings are generally calm crossings. Winter crossings can be nasty, but this ship doesn't do as much in the winter as it does in the spring, summer, and fall. In the wintertime, it'll go elsewhere to southern climes and warmer climates. Anyway, we're going to be on this ship now and on the next cruise around the UK, and then one more time we'll be on this ship coming back to New York, leaving Hamburg on October the 15th. And we'll be in New York on the 25th of October on the way back. Now, those of you who would like to have to meet us at a meet and greet event, we're going to have a meet and greet event on Saturday, October the 26th at Carmine's in Times Square. I know some of you had mentioned that that might be the place to do it. Well, we went to Carmine's, Jennifer and I, on the Thursday, the day before we left New York. We decided, let's check out Carmine's ourselves and let's just see what all the hubbub is about. There's hubbub. There's good hubbub. Good food and lots of room. So we have made a reservation for 1 o'clock in the afternoon, October the 26th, a Saturday. If you would like to meet Jennifer and I in person, after we've just come back from this epic holiday of ours, you're welcome. You're welcome to do so, and we're buying you lunch. We'll pay for lunch. Come on out and have a lunch on us at Carmine's on West 44th Street, half a block off of Broadway, across the street from the Schubert Theater in the heart of Broadway. This is where we're going to get together. So we'll keep this announcement coming. And if any of you are interested in coming to that event, what I request you do is to send me an email. Here's my personal email, brucefarmer@hotmail.com, to let me know how many of you are coming. Are you coming on your own? You're bringing your significant other, so that we can arrange final seating numbers. We've made a reservation for a set number of people, but we can adjust it. We're going to have both of our channels together at the same time. This could create fist fights. This could create love interests. I don't know. Am I playing matchmaker here? I have no idea. But Stock Markets with Bruce, my one channel, and TWB, the other channel, we're having a meet and greet at Carmine's Saturday, October the 26th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And you're all welcome to come on by and enjoy a wonderful meal at Carmine's. So I'd love to have you come by. Fantastic. Thank you all, and nice to have you here. Let's see, who else is saying hi to me today? Kirk is saying that my cruise is tomorrow on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. That's tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying that. It's going to be a good time. You let us know. The weather is looking a little iffy for this area in the next 2 or so days, so we'll see. Kirk, Carmine sounds great for the 3 Brunsons. There you go. Come on out, man. Come on out. We'll look forward to having you there. And we'll get together Saturday, October 26th at Carmine's, 1 in the afternoon. Fantastic. I'm sure it'll be a good time. And the food, I know, will be fantastic. It was spectacular when we were there just the other day. As far as other news, or as far as this ship goes, like any other cruise ship, you get a daily program and they tell you what's going to happen and what's going on. I'll tell you, folks, let me show you. This is coming up here tomorrow. This is tomorrow morning schedule, starting at 6 a.m. here, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Here we go. They have guest speakers here. They have all kinds of trivia stuff. They have bridge lessons, a high-low darts tournament. We got the pub going. Walk a mile, weather permitting. Navigational announcement at noon. That's when we change our clocks. Every day we gain an hour. Lunchtime melodies, all kinds of stuff. That's in the morning. Then in the afternoon, we turn the page over, and from noon until Noon until 6:45. Here we go. Quick hit music trivia right there. And esports, rugby goal kick, guest choir rehearsal, and watercolor art class. You tell me what you like to do. About $5,000 mega jackpot here. Planetarium Rock the Dome Classic Side B. All kinds of stuff. Silly bowling competition. All kinds of fun stuff here. Cocktail pianist Emmanuel Voss. Harpist Fiona McGee is here. Guitar instrumental. And then tomorrow night, 7 o'clock until midnight. There you go. Music of the Carpenters. It Takes Two to Duo. Pre-dinner ballroom dancing. Now, there you go. Cocktail pianist. Folk duo, the Radcliffe Twain. All kinds of stuff going on. Just non-stop action on this shit. Or do nothing. I'll tell you, I of course have to do my other channel. So I'm on the air for 2.5 hours over there. And then Jen and I had breakfast before that. Then we had lunch after that, and then I'm headed off to the. Is it the Palladium? Is it whatever we call it?
The
Palladium. It's an indoor swimming pool and 2 indoor jacuzzis with loungers under a glass kind of a thing. And I head in there and I sit in that jacuzzi for about 15-20 minutes, and I get all loosened up. And then I get a couple of towels and spread them on my lounger, roll one up like a what do you call that? When you roll the towel up like that, what's a pastry term for that? You know how you roll a pastry? Cinnamon roll,
cinnamon roll.
You put that behind your neck as a pillow. 5 minutes later, I'm out. I'm sleeping. I'm gone. After that hot water, I'm gone, done for, and it is wonderful. And about a half hour later, I'm good to go. And we work our way back here and dry off and change and talk about dinner. Start talking about dinner. What are we going to do about dinner? Yeah, difficult, in-depth discussions. It's all good. It's all good. Fantastic. So if any of you can join us for Carmine's, love to hear how your trips are going this summer. What kind of cruises have you got going on? This is your chance to meet up with fellow TWBers and also stock markets with Bruce people. Would love to have you come by. So Carmine's on the 26th of October. It's a ways yet. We'll keep bringing it up. Thank you for joining me tonight from wherever you are. And also thank you those of you who've been able to hit the thumbs up button for us. We do appreciate it. We've been getting a ton of thumbs ups on those videos that we've posted, and we appreciate that as well. We already have 23 of them in here. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Cruise news. There isn't much for me to tell you about, except there's a couple of things that I read or heard about today. One that I heard about was there are more and more passengers complaining on certain cruise lines about these non-stop annoying announcements that are made on the PA systems. I'm wondering if you're finding that on your cruise line. Are you finding your cruise line to becoming a non-stop hustle job for you to go to a special sale of jewelry on deck 6, or there's wine tasting on deck 9, but really all they're trying to do is sell you booze on the duty-free thing? Are you finding that you're being constantly harassed with these announcements about short excursions that you know last minute to reserve now or anything like that. I can tell you here on this ship, the only time we heard announcements was on the departure day, of course. Departure day. They were updating us on the status of the departure, muster drill requirements. You got to go to your station. But I got to tell you, day one, like day two, day three, day four now, there are no announcements on this ship. None of this, you know, come on down to the shops and we have a 20% off sale on handbags or nothing. Um, Everything you want to know what's going on is on those documents I just showed you. You want to know what's going on? It's right over there. The only announcement made on this ship is at noon every day because the captain tells us where we are, how many miles from New York have we sailed, how many miles still to go to Southampton, the sea conditions, the speed we're averaging, and the fact at noon every day the clocks have to be changed because every day we sail 500 miles or so, 20 something miles an hour times 24 hours is 500 plus miles a day going through. We're entering a new time zone because the time difference from New York to Southampton is 5 hours. And so during the 5 days at sea in between the debarkation and embarkation and debarkation day, those 5 days, we gain an extra hour. And so we are now 3 hours ahead of New York time as of our noon time. So here where I am, it's 9:30 at night. And I'm assuming where you are in New York, it is six. Is it 6:30 at night New York time, or is it 7:30, or is it 10:30 here? You see, I can't even keep track. It's 10:30 here, 7:30 New York time. I believe that is correct. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, it's confusing for us because we're constantly having to take our telephones and change them, but we're not on Wi-Fi. I'm only on Wi-Fi on my computer. And if I want to go on my Wi-Fi on my phone, I have to turn off my computer and unconnect from the internet and then reconnect my phone on the ship internet because I'm only allowed one device with the plan I have. Otherwise, it's a fortune to have all the devices connected at the same time. The As I say, the passengers are older. The pace is slower. It's classier. It is very what's the word I'm looking for? Stress-free. There are not a bunch of angry people around here. There are very polite staff, attentive staff,
Very few families with small children.
very few families with small children. I mean,
Very few families with any children.
4 or 5, like virtually none. Yeah, this is an adult cruise, and it's a pleasure. It's just a pleasure. If the child is young, if the kids are between 3 and 7, there's plenty for them to do because they have children's center and a swimming area for the kids. They do have that, but they do not have ice skating, roller skating, trampoline, jumping, rock climbing, water slides, nothing like that. So this ship is old school, like my mom and dad used to love sailing, and it's great. It's about the food, and it's about relaxing, and it's walking on the decks to get some fresh air, and getting a massage if you want to get a massage, going to the jacuzzi if you want to do that, going to the spa area if you want to do that. That's it. It is downtime. We love it. We're enjoying it. Anyway, there you go. Tom, what time zone are you on? I don't know what it's called, but we're 3 hours. We're 3 hours ahead of you. There's a name for this time zone. I've never heard of it. I think tomorrow's time zone will be very close to Iceland, I suppose. I guess. There we have a little outage there. I think tomorrow when we shift time zone, it'll be like the Iceland time zone. I don't even know. Where we don't care. It's fantastic. Anyway, other cruise news. Apparently, Princess Cruises raised their gratuity for the room room charge, $1 across the board. So if you were paying $16 a night, you're now paying $17 additional per day per person tip charge. 17, 18 has gone to 19, 17 to 18. Now, if you're a family of four, the problem is, or the reality is, if you're a family of four and you're on Princess, it's $4 a day more times 7-day cruise, $28 more for a tip charge to staff. And this just shows again and again and again how cruise lines want to sell you the cheap fare, but not tell you the real price you have to pay. The port charges are now being included in advertised rates. Taxes are now being included in so-called cruise rates. But the tipping, this so-called tipping, which I think will become mandatory, they are playing games with it as an add-on feature. And they claim you can remove it, but you just have to go down to the front desk and get it taken off. I would feel really awful about that. I think these staff members work their butts off. And I just think these cruise lines should just charge more. Just make it $7 more per person for the cruise up front. Just tell me what it is. Stop playing games. But look, it is what it is. And what can I tell you? That is the name of the game. Something else that came up today. Jennifer and I were watching our television here, and they have guest speakers on board this ship. And one of the guest speakers today was talking about the good old days, the 1950s, before jet travel started to annihilate cruise lines, ocean liners. And there was a story about the SS United States, the cruise liner called the United States. Now, this cruise liner came into being in the early 1950s, might have been 51. And the U.S. government subsidized the building of this ship and the running of this ship because this vessel was deemed to be vital to the United States military. The thinking was that within 24 hours, this ship could be converted into a troop carrier if need be, and could transport 18,000 fighters wherever they needed to go. And this was the fastest ship in the world when she came out. The first transatlantic voyage that this vessel set went from the U.S. to England and set the record by hours to get the blue ribbon, and held that mark for a decade or longer, if I recall. And it was way overpowered for what its size, but again, it was really in disguise a military troop transport ship as opposed to a luxury cruise liner. Having said that, however, many people were on this ship over the years. As soon as this cruise ship, this ocean liner, set the record for the fastest crossing, for the next 10 years until 1961 or so, this ship was 98% occupied because people wanted to sail across the Atlantic and say that they had been on the world's fastest cruise ship. And that reputation and that blue ribbon gave this ship bragging rights. Now, one of the couples that famously were on this ship a number of times were these two people right here. This couple, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, Mary Wallace Simpson, and her husband, the former King of England, were frequent guests on board this ship. They would stay in a suite that had 3 separate rooms. They had a living room area and 2 separate bedrooms, one for him, one for her. And they also had 3 inside cabins as well. And with the inside cabins, they kept that is where they kept their staff. They kept their maid had one room, the butler had a second room, and their clothing. And are you ready for this? 96 trunks of stuff accompanied these two on a cruise. 96 of those huge wooden trunks. They brought with them not only all their clothing, and it wasn't clothing for this cruise, believe me, it was clothing for the next 4 or 5 months. They'd come over in February and they'd go back in August. They had clothing for months at a time. They brought with them their own dishes. They brought with them their own cutlery, their own china, their own crystal goblets, all engraved with the royal seal. They brought with them their own linens. They didn't use the ship linens. They used the ship's mattress, sure, and the bed frame. Oh yeah, but nothing touched the king's butt. But the royal linens with the seal of the Duke of Windsor on it.
And the 5 dogs.
And they brought their 5 dogs with them. They brought 5 dogs. Here's a shot of them right here where he's holding the dog. The Duke of Windsor is holding one of the pugs, and she's kind of straightening his hair out. This is on board the SS United States. They were given a special rate to be on the ship because of their celebrity and the fact that the cruise line would brag to the world that the two of them would be on this ship. That spurred tremendous ticket sales at top dollar. And they were paying only half the fare. The regular fare in 1955 for the 6 rooms that they had, 3 on the outside, 3 on the inside, would be $1,200 in 1955. Again, this is just a slight picture of a piece of one of the rooms here. $1,200 in 1955. They were getting that for $600 because they would allow photos of them to be taken when they were on the ship at the beginning of the voyage and when they were getting off the ship at the end of the voyage. And of course, the SS United States logo would be conveniently handy. You notice that right there. Or look at it right there. You can see there's the SS United States life buoy to show you that they really were on this ship. Well, I was doing some mathematics today, and I was trying to figure out, boy, is that a lot of money? $600 in 1955? And I remember my father was a miner. He was mining nickel in Sudbury, Ontario. And that was a unionized mine. And he was making, and in those days, he said we were making top dollar. $1.75 an hour was being made by my father, plus overtime and extra time. But he was making $70 a week in base pay for a 5-day work week, which works out to $3,500 a year. Now you think about $3,500 a year, and the Duke and Duchess are going on a cruise for $1,200, which they're paying $600 for, but anyone else would pay $1,200. $1,200 against the $3,500 salary. That's a third of your income, and you haven't paid income tax yet. My dad had to pay income tax in those days too. So think about that. So today, if you're a miner, nickel mining in Sudbury, Ontario, you're working over there now with the union contracts today. These miners are making at least $120,000 a year, at least that much, adjusted for inflation. Think about a third of their salary going to a cruise, a 5-6 day transatlantic cruise, $40,000. Now, Jen and I are not paying $40,000 to be on board this ship. However, having said that, if we were to upgrade to one of the cabins upstairs to the captain's suite, that one, which I think is a 3,000 square foot cabin compared to our 250 foot cabin we have here, that one ran about $25,000 a person. So that's $50,000. And so guess what? The price of cruising at the high end is the same as it was back in the day when these two went across the Atlantic. But they got the 50% discount. So they only have to come up with $600 every time they cross the ocean. Quite something. Can you imagine? Now you know why they're smiling. Wouldn't you be smiling if you could afford a $1,200 cruise twice a year in 1950s with all the service and opulence? Can you imagine? Imagine the logistics of the maid and the butler, the valet, putting together the packing of those two for their itineraries and their needs. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. The two of them traveled the world after the war was over, and they did a lot of promotions, and they had still run-ins with the royal family. If you ever watched the show, what's it called, The Royals? What was the show called on Netflix? The Royal Family, all about the Crown. You ever watched the movie, the show, The Crown? They had issues, but they had to make money. They did get an allowance from the royal family, but they also made money on their own through their celebrity. And yes, the cruise lines were pining for them to come in. Any hotel would kill to have these two come into the hotel and be guests of the hotel. Can you imagine 96 trunks of travel? If you're on a train, you need a car just to handle the trunks of stuff. So yeah, what an ordeal. What a logistical ordeal this had to have been. Anyway, there you go. Some interesting information. Debbie, oh, dang it. Super busy day at work. So I just now saw you. So loving your videos, Bruce. I cannot wait for the rest of your videos. Wanting to jump on that ship right now, especially with the no kids part. Ooh. Hi there, Jen from Debbie Emmanuel.
Hello, Debbie.
There you go. Jeff Dynan. Good day, Bruce and TW Beers. If you're looking for breakfast waffles, they are at the pizza counter with pancakes on the Queen E. So we'll probably be some on the Queen Mary 2. The pizza counter, we'll have to do some digging because we haven't seen any waffles at
ask Debbie if she was if they had a wildfire close to.
Did you have any wildfires, Debbie, near your place this summer? Do you have any issues with wildfires? Jen wants to know.
I thought I heard they were in her area.
Jim Thomas is number 27 on the thumbs up. And hello, Debbie from Jim Thomas. Rocky Grasso showing up. I'm quite late. Number 28. Thank you, my friend, for popping in. Of course, all of you can watch this show on the rerun. If you're watching on the rerun, you're watching me on rerun, please hit the thumbs up button. Every thumbs up that comes in adds to the momentum of the channel. But I have to admit, we popped up 2 videos in the last couple of days. And the number of views that this channel is getting right now is the highest level of viewership in over 2.5 years. So we're pretty happy about that. We're going to keep them coming. I have more videos to produce of this ship. There is so much to video here. I'll be doing another one for sure tomorrow. So keep your eye open for that. We're on the ship past this 7-day cruise, of course. We're on it for a total of 19 days between New York, Southampton, and around the United Kingdom, including our visit with our friend in Ireland, Donnell. We're going to catch up with Donnell in Cork, and we're very much looking forward to that. Debbie, they started very close here, the fires. We were on evacuation guard, but thankfully everything went north from here. And the fires didn't come our way. Thank goodness for that. I know in Canada, the town of Jasper, which is in a world-class tourist area, 1/3 destroyed. Absolutely terrible. Rocky, more cruises, more views. Yes, sir. When you get on a ship, you can make videos. We're looking forward to bringing you videos of the UK, of course. Once the cruising is done, we'll be in London for a couple of weeks. There'll be videos coming out of there. Then we head to Switzerland. There'll be some videos coming out of there. Then we head back to Hamburg, Germany. We're going back to that miniature museum. We're going to get a behind-the-scenes tour. There'll be video about that. And then we'll be on this ship from Hamburg back to New York in October. and we'll be back in New York on the 25th of October. And the next day, Saturday, the 26th, Carmine's, Times Square, West 44th Street. We will have a meet and greet at Carmine's. If you'd like to come out, lunch is on us at Carmine's. Come on and see us, and we'd love to have you there. Just send me an email. Let me know you're coming. We'd love to catch up with you. There you go. That's today's show. There you have one from the Queen Mary II here on board this wonderful ship. Hope you enjoyed some of the videos we were able to put up today and the videos you've seen already. More are coming of this ship. And again, thank you all for following us and waiting for us to get on a ship again. It's great to be on a cruise ship. We're really enjoying it. And it's bringing back a lot of memories from when we used to be on cruises before COVID. So it's something else. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening wherever you are on the planet. We're in the middle of the ocean broadcasting to you, which just blows my mind. I knew that 5-10 years ago this was impossible. Now it's happening. I thank you all for following us on this channel and on the stock market channel. Thank you all. Have a wonderful next few days. Next week we'll be on the air. Will we be on the air next Monday? We should be on next Monday. We should be on the air. But there'll be videos between now and then. So keep your eye open on TWB for more cruise coverage. And we'll keep you posted on how things are going. All right, that's it. Jen, you have anything else to say? You want to say goodnight?
Well, say goodnight.
She's saying goodnight.
Good night.
She's got some chocolate. We bought chocolate on board.
Have chocolate.
We have wine. We've got Diet Coke. Good food.
We could add that at noon, the captain always tells us something about where we are or something about the ship or something historical that
True.
we mentioned yesterday that we had passed the Titanic side.
Right.
Because they were crewing.
Yeah, that's right. We passed Titanic's final resting place. We're north of it.
Yeah.
We were north of it, but we passed that location, and
yeah, they tell us.
It's now approaching 10 o'clock where we are, and in about 2 hours from now, we will have reached the halfway mark of our journey across the North Atlantic. So there you go. All right.
I know.
Okay, everybody. Well, Jen and I are gonna rest up here, get ready to get some shut eye.
We'll keep taking videos around the ship.
We will.
We still have a lot to see.
We do. This thing is huge. I got to say, with 2,600 people and the ship as big as it is, it feels empty.
Yeah.
I'm really amazed. The only time we see people is at the buffet because they're just coming and going with their plates and stuff. But I'll tell you, the rest of the time.
Trivia games.
Well, where Jen was today at trivia.
Always lots for the trivia games.
The rest of the ship, you just don't see hordes of people everywhere.
Nope.
It just feels like it's half full. But we know it isn't. But it feels like this is the 400th crossing of the Atlantic for this ship. It's a special occasion cruise. And it doesn't feel full. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I love it. We just love this. It's absolutely fabulous. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you. Jim Thomas, thank you, my friend. Boy signing out. Take care, everybody. Biscuit Boy signing out. One of the original Biscuit Boys, Jim Thomas, myself, and Luke, the Lucas Biscuit Boy, and
just one biscuit away.
And also our friend in Saskatchewan, northern Saskatchewan, who I'm missing at the moment.
One biscuit away.
From one biscuit boy to another. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. And keep an eye on this channel for more videos. Take care, everybody. Goodbye for now.
I'm just